तुषाराद्रिसङ्काशगौरं कबीरं मनोभूतकोटि प्रभाश्रीशरीरं स्फुरन्मौलिकल्लोलिनी चारुगङ्गा लसत्फालबालेन्दुकण्ठे भुजङ्गा.
A warm welcome to all the devotees. On Raksha Sutra English, we are going to narrate wonderful holy stories to all the devotees from the book Miracles of Love by Ramdas Ji, an exclusive devotee of Maharaj Ji. Please listen carefully, all the devotees. God does everything. In the tradition of the great yogis of India, Maharaj Ji's powers extended far beyond the realm of knowing the minds of others. A profusion of miracles poured out of him, and though he threw dust in our eyes with denials and confusion, we were still allowed to sense this extraordinary process. But an astonishing and dramatic as such phenomena were, they were not, in the eyes of the close devotees of Maharaj Ji, the essence of the matter. Maharaj Ji himself was the miracle. Just being around him made the commonplace seem miraculous, and conversely the miraculous came to seem quite ordinary. Yet when devotees gather, it is still the miracle stories that come most readily to their lips. Perhaps this is because such stories are tellable, while the ocean of love, the tenderness, and the healing compassion with which Maharaj Ji, like Christ, worked his true wonders upon us, these are ineffable. What were these miraculous powers about? Perhaps they served the function that the great saint Shirdi Sai Baba, who used miracles in an outrageous fashion, attributed to them. I give them what they want, so they will want what I give. All the miracles concern the physical universe, the world, the material plane, but the essence of the business that we have with such beings as Maharaj Ji is of the spirit, which is far beyond such miracles. Miracles are only the unexpected, and in the spirit there is no expected, so there is no unexpected. This is how Maharaj Ji became known as Neem Karoli Baba, which means the sadhu from Neem Karoli or Neem Karori. This was many years ago, perhaps when Maharaj Ji was in his late 20s or early 30s. For several days no one had given him any food, and hunger drove him to board a train for the nearest city. When the conductor discovered Maharaj Ji seated in the first-class coach without a ticket, he pulled the emergency brake and the train ground to a halt. After some verbal debate, Maharaj Ji was unceremoniously put off the train. The train had stopped near the village of Neem Karori, where Maharaj Ji had been living. Maharaj Ji sat down under the shade of a tree while the conductor blew his whistle and the engineer opened the throttle. But the train didn't move. For some time the train sat there while every attempt was made to get it to move. Another engine was called in to push it, but all to no avail. A local magistrate with one arm, who knew of Maharaj Ji, suggested to the officials that they coax that young sadhu back onto the train. Initially the officials were appalled by such superstition, but after many frustrating attempts to move the train, they decided to give it a try. Many passengers and railway officials approached Maharaj Ji, carrying with them food and sweets as offerings to him. They requested that he board the train. He agreed on two conditions. First, the railway officials must promise to have a station built for the village of Neeb Karori. At the time, the villagers had to walk many miles to the nearest station. And second, the railroad must henceforth treat sadhus better. The officials promised to do whatever was in their power, and Maharaj Ji finally rewarded the train. Then they asked Maharaj Ji to start the train. He got very abusive and said, "What is it up to me to start trains?" The engineer started the train. The train travelled a few yards, and when the engineer stopped it and said, "Unless the sadhu orders me, I will not go forward," Maharaj Ji said, "Let him go," and they proceeded. Maharaj Ji said that the officials kept their word, and soon afterward a train station was built at Neeb Karori, and sadhus received more respect. Whenever Maharaj Ji left Allahabad to go to Vrindavan, there was always such a procession, sometimes as many as 18 rickshaws full of people going to the train station. One time we were all lined up and the procession began. I directed the drivers to go the shortest route, but Maharaj Ji intervened and insisted they go the long route. Many devotees were gathered along that route, all of them hoping for one glimpse of darshan as he was leaving. These last darshans delayed Maharaj Ji and Siddhi Ma and the mothers with whom he was to travel were all on the train. It was my pleasure in those days to attend to such matters as reservations, so I was busy seating the mass and seeing to their needs. Maharaj Ji was still outside of the station with the devotees when the engineer and the conductor signaled for the train to start. I thought, "Oh my God, what will happen? I myself will stay on the train with the mothers. I can't let them go on alone." But for a full 4 minutes, the engineer struggled with the train but couldn't make it budge. Strolling slowly with his devotees, Maharaj Ji came onto the platform. As he boarded the train, he shouted at me in English, "Get out." As soon as Maharaj Ji took his seat, the train began to pull away. God does everything section is long, so further stories of this section will be narrated to all devotees in next episode. To listen the wonderful holy stories of Maharaj Ji, please like, share, subscribe the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell icon. Write in the comment box Jai Neem Karoli Babaji Maharaj and Jai Ramdas Ji.